Hey guys, One Legged Trapper here again. You guys are going to get sick and tired of me uploading videos today. I'm going to try to knock out as many as I can. Because now we're starting on the coyotes from Flairs Ranch. And that badger, I'm not sure where the hell he caught that. I think he was with Pheasants Forever when he caught that badge. I could be wrong. He'll correct me if I am. But, yeah, so we're going to do, we're going to try to get knockout a lot. Coyotes I'm real familiar with. I do a shitload of them a year. But again, we're going to get you up here on my nifty little hanger deal. And, move some muskrat stretchers over. Move some of my fly strips over as well, because I'm going to need one of those nails. So what I use is I got just a bunch of nails. Again, this is just for hanging hides right now when they were thawing out. But I use this rope here. Sorry, it zoomed in on me. But I use this rope here, and what I do is I just kind of strap that to the feet. And you'll see me use that here in a little bit. But I strap that to the feet, tie it up on the wall just when I'm doing the anus area. So we'll get you guys turned around here and set up. See the process. Try to get that up a little bit higher. Alright, and I don't really use much fork counters. I use them on top of my freezers. It's where I'm working at. It's where all the fur's at. So, and when I'm done, if I'm not gonna work it up right away, I just open it up, throw it in, throw the carcass off to the side, and make another shipment of that later on down the season. So, which right now, this is about right. If I could start taking a lot of these otter, fox, and all the coyote carcasses, and you could start establishing bait stations. So, it's probably the softest one, so we'll get started. I try to spread them out, open them up a little bit. I like the freezer because I can shove their heads down in that hole there. But you try to open them up, good male, nimble them up, get all them joints loosened up, and then you could kind of see the transition here. That's where you're cutting. So grab a couple pairs of gloves, and I might have some uninvited guests showing up here and there to just, like I said, I got a lot of family coming down. They're in town from Ohio right now. So start out with all your knife sharp so you don't have to stop. Still haven't gone and got my good sharpener, my taxidermist. That one's pretty sharp actually. So get everything in a nice clean working area. I start here at the ankle. Well, I don't know what you call that, but that joint there. You just follow that color all the way down. I like going on the uphill side of the testicles there. So and then you get back on track where you were at, following that color line around. Now you can pre-ream these, but the way I found is best to do, and this is where that rope comes in. So just tie a loop in there, put it up there, get the lasso in here, hook it around the foot, pull it tight. If you had two of them, it'd be great. But move my freezer back. Go over a little bit. Yeah, you don't really want to pull them straight up. You kind of want to pull them off to the side. So I can move it over here. Yeah, there you go. And if you had another one, you have it hanging up there. I wasn't quite ready for this. Normally when I'm starting to trap, I get all this shit ready to go. But yeah, just ream around the anus area. In any area where the bone comes in tight to the skin, that's just stuff that's gonna freeze or burn first. So this one must have been a later one. But yeah. Again, you can do this faster. But I kind of like to clean skin my coyotes a little bit because it makes a lot less work later on. But right around the haunches, that the hide gets a little bit thinner, and it just wants to stick real bad. But I pre-skin out the legs as far around as I can. And I don't know what all you guys are able to see. Again, trying to keep as much of it on the meat on the carcass as I can. Just so it's a lot less work. Because coyotes are a little bit tougher to flesh for me. Because they, the fur, it doesn't allow it to sit flat on the fleshing board. Because of how thick and dense that fur is. So, again, you want to take it slow in some of these areas just to get it started is all you're trying to do. But all I'm going to start on these is I'm going to do these portion, do around all the legs, and then just going back on the table behind me here, or on the floor, and then from there I'll move up to the next one. I'm just going to keep working. I'm going to see if I could do some fancy video work for you guys. See if I can speed up some of this. But what the fuck is this? Oh, I got a big log back there, so it's not going back. Somebody's getting ready to let the dogs out. But yeah, so we just skin around, get around that leg. We got around here pretty far. So you just kind of keep working around till you can get through it. But you can push with your thumb off of there and pull with your hands, and then just run that blade, keeping the hide between you and the knuckles. And just run that blade right down your knuckles. I mean, it sounds bad, but it's not. As long as you don't cut through the hide. Alright, so we're through there. Poke your fingers, get a good grip, do some pulling. And plain and simple here, get a little higher. Take a blade, run it right up, pop it right off. That side's ready to get up on the gambit. I need to make another one of these so I don't keep moving it. But now we can tuck that leg out of the way. Just work around that pecker joint there. This is where it'd be nice to be ambidextrous, you know, you can switch hands. I'm not. I cut the crap out of my hands right there. So just kind of keep peeling that back. Again, we're still trying to keep as much of the sinew, tendons, filament that you can on the carcass, because why not? I've heard of clean skin and beaver, but I think clean skin and everything depend on your quantities. But if you're only catching 5 or 6 animals a day, even if you're up to 10 animals a day, I mean, what's the difference of, oh, I didn't do that side, doing the clean skinning way, which adds about 5-10 minutes to the skinning portion of it, or doing the fleshing, I mean, which takes 1 or 2 minutes too. So you got to figure out where you want your time at and how your time is valued. If you like fleshing, you think you have more control over fleshing, keep doing your fleshing. I don't like fleshing because I just use an ulu. Usually on coyotes, it's an ulu over my knee. So just because I have a little bit more control, and if I cut through, I know. Try to get that hair out of your way because it makes it a lot harder to cut through. Like I said, when your knife goes dull or where you feel like you're fighting it, start with a fresh one. But you want, like I said, on coyotes, I have had issues with the tanneries refusing to tan stuff. At one time, because somebody skinned it too much or fleshed it too much and actually thinned the hide out so bad that if they would have thinned it out, the tannery would have thinned it out anymore, they would end up just losing all the fur on it. So you got to figure out what you're doing with them, and that will decide how you're going to skin them or flesh them, what you're going to do with them, I guess. But like I said, we're just getting this ready to go get hung up, and this is how I do all my stuff. Like, even if I had 4 or 5 coons in here with these, yeah, we're just gonna, we get them all to about here, and then the rest of that we hang up on the skin thing. But yeah, that's about where I want those legs at. Maybe do a little bit more here. So that's that leg. And I'll come up here. I'm just checking it for some crazy burrs, if it's got any major ones. So this is a step you want to take, and when you get them, you just kind of keep working that out. Just pull a little bit here and there, and eventually that cockle burr will just come right on out. This thing's got a broken shoulder right there. Yeah, because you hit those with a ulu or your fleshing knives, that's just going to rip a hole right in there. Like I said, I think on coyotes anymore, this is the strip they're looking for because they use them on parkas. So this one's a really nice coyote. A little thin right up here around the shoulders. Yeah, you don't want to put, to me, I try not to put any holes in this strip right here. Just because I believe that's where most of it is. But some guys say they want the bellies. I don't know. In this market, with as cheap as you're selling them for, it's kind of like whatever. I mean, especially if you live, what are we, eastern coyotes here in Iowa? We get a lot of these red ones and they don't really like them. They want them big fluffy white ones like that one there. That's just a little female, I'm guessing, but alright, but he does have a good, it's not as white as you want, but so yeah, you just come around here and work that around. And if you're really crazy, you could cut those off, and that makes it a lot easier later on. But that's all I'm going to do for that one. So, check it on table. Bring the next one in. Oh, that's a pretty red coyote. So, but yeah, all riggered up. Still kind of frozen in that belly area, so that's why we're opening this up a little bit. And alright guys, now we're going to start doing the badger. I'm going to do them with feet. I do badgers a little differently. I just usually cut the feet off and then work them from from a sitting position. But start at the back of the foot, right at the badger pad here on these. You go right to the vent, through the vent. Back to the back of the pad. So, same deal with everything else. Base of the tail, come up. Now these are kind of like coon, they got a lot of fat on them. It is easier not having to mess with the feet on them. Just like a fucking raccoon. Super greasy. Pardon my language. This is a good badger though, real good fur on him. This one's worth taking the time to do it right. Well, I got clean gloves on, good drink. Alright, let's prep for the stringer. Same deal with everything else, they just got a shorter run. Come here, poke your hole. I like this knife for doing this. A little bit sharper. Come right to the edge of that black. Alright. Make it a lot easier here in a few minutes. Right base of the pad. To the edge of the black. Black on that side a little longer. You want to kind of, if you can feel it, there's an elbow joint. So right to that elbow joint. Work it around. And again, this will help you once we get them up on the stringers up there. Now when I go to put them on the stringer, we're going to have to hook right around here just to get that so it hooks up. But alright, well that's working up those. Yeah, Alright, well we're going to cut it off there. I mean, even if I fast forward through all the coyotes we did, I'm going to get a hold of Jay real quick. That one is pretty much, it's got a start of mange, or we caught it with a cable restrainer snare. It's pretty rubbed out real bad right around the shoulders and then the main part of it. I might try to do the taxidermy skin quality on that one. This way we can just, it's going to get junked anyhow. But I don't know what I want to do with this one yet. I don't know if I want to do taxidermy quality on that one yet. Yeah, that's something I got to ask Jay about. But either way, I'm going to get this thing wrapped up here. The rest of it's basically simple. It's the same as everything else. You just grab, pull, and work your way down and all the way around. Coyotes, badgers, you don't really have to worry too much about the ears because they don't really have much for ears. Coyotes, you have to turn the ears like we did with the cats. Just keep working that around, the cartilage around. But yeah, I got to get moving on these, and like I said, I could run this whole video. I'm going to fast forward through a lot of this, and I probably already have. Yeah, we're just going to start knocking and rocking here. So I'm going to grab a little bite to eat before I get going too crazy. I got a pizza rolls and pizza, it looks like. So, alright guys, well I'm going to get going on that. Probably going to end up burning up my battery today. Like I said, I'm trying to get all this done. Let me know if you didn't see something or didn't see a step that you wanted to see. Let me know. Everything else from here on out, I'm just stripping. So, Yeah, it's just a basic skinning job from here on out, and onward. So, all right, guys, you take care. See you in the next video.